Breaking news coming from Football Insider as Derby County defender Craig Forsyth has reportedly agreed a new 2-year contract at the club. Craig Forsyth was set to be out of contract at the end of this month, which would have ended, I think it's an 11-year stay at Derby County. And obviously Craig Forsyth was a massive part of John Eustace's squad coming towards the back end of the season that went on an incredible run of form which kept them in the division. And now he looks set to be a part of that same squad heading into 2025-2026. Now, Craig Forsyth has been a huge part of Derby County's past, and he's obviously going to have a massive impact over the course of the next few years. And then, obviously, whatever he does next, whether it's going into coaching or elsewhere, I'm sure he'll have a part to play at Derby County. But shall we take a look at Craig Forsyth's season, and shall we have a little bit more understanding about why he's been given a new contract? Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets. Now, Craig Forsyth, over the course of 2024-25, played 42 games, scoring 3 goals, collecting 4 assists, as well as 4 yellow cards, playing 2,845 minutes. And he split that time between a range of different positions. He played in left wing back, he played at left back, left centre half as well, and obviously across that back four. And I think Craig Forsyth has been a very, very good player for Derby County over the course of a long range of career. Like, it's incredible to see sort of where he's come from to like where he is now. Obviously, everything he's been through, and that's something that you sort of can't sort of counteract as other fans. Like, other fans will look at Craig Forsyth and go, oh, he's 36 years old, he's had all these injuries, maybe it's time to move on from him. But as a Derby County fan, I just don't think you can sort of move away from someone who I see really as a cult hero. And over the course of his career at Derby County, 382 games played, 13 goals, 33 assists, 48 yellow cards, no reds, 30,839 minutes. Now, that's across the course of the Championship and League One. He's been with Derby through thick and thin. He's been part of Derby County's club for relegation battles, through relegation, through promotion charges in League One, promotion battles in obviously sort of this top division as well to get into the Premier League, but ultimately it's never really came off. Now, if we look at the depth chart for Derby County, obviously in that left back position, when this deal is finally announced by Derby County, we will have 3 players who can play in that left back position by the name of, obviously, Craig Forsyth. You've then got Ben Osborne and Callum Elder. You can also put Forsyth into sort of that centre-back role along with Matt Clark, Curtis Nelson, Sondre Langas and Jake Rooney to add an extra bit of depth there as well. And I think that this is a brilliant move for Derby County as they sort of move forward into next season. I think Fozzie showed across the course of last season that he's still very, very good and still very competitive at Championship level. Now, do I want him to be our left back in the Championship? No, but I'd prefer him to be sort of one of those centre backs. I'd like him to be a part of sort of the back four sort of vibes, if you know what I mean. And I like Craig Forsyth being in and around it because I think he's an unbelievably talented footballer. I think he's very good defensively. He's very good on the ball. I know a lot of people have their sort of qualms about him, but for me, I'm happy enough to have Craig Forsyth in that defensive line. And obviously, he doesn't even have to play every week. Like, obviously, the hope is that Derby County bring in like a lot more players than just Craig Forsyth and Matt Clark. But it's one of those for me where it really sort of opens that door to get a true sort of understanding of sort of what John Eustace is looking to do. We know that we're looking at a lot of experience throughout the back line at the moment, obviously with the interest in Craig Dawson, Danny Bath and players like that. And obviously there's a lot of people who sort of want Derby County to be looking at those younger players and sort of moving up that way. But sometimes you have to get sort of experience in first and sort of extra depth players than necessarily bringing in your first team key players, which will come in later down the line. And obviously they take a little bit more, because you look at Craig Dawson, free transfer, Danny Bath, free transfer, Andreas Weimann, free transfer. Like, they're deals which are a lot easier to get done in regards of sort of the financial aspect. You're not having to deal with a club, you're just going straight to the player and their agent and getting that deal done. And I think that with Craig Forsyth staying, obviously a lot of people are going to moan about the average age of Derby County, which obviously is a little bit high. But for me, if you want to sort of stay in this division, you need know-how. And I think that's what Derby County are lacking at the moment. And obviously at the moment, if you didn't know, we're lacking a little bit in regards to investment as well, which obviously we need a bit more of. It has been reported by Stephen Pearce in the interview with BBC Radio Derby that Derby County have about £6 million left from Erin Cashin moving on. And it is supposed that that will be used during this transfer window. And obviously, I hope that John Eustace uses it well and brings in some really talented players, and I'm sure he will do. But the important thing is making sure that you've got a backbone to work with. And if you look at Derby County, when everyone's fit, for example, you'd go Zetterstrom, you'd go Langas and Clark, you then go Adams. And realistically, at the moment, it's Selverson as that striker to sort of clear out the middle. But obviously, we don't know in which way sort of John Eustace is going to go. Obviously, there's been some doubts over Kane Wilson's future with regards to his contract extension, which at the moment, the rumours are suggesting that he's rejecting deals based on contractual demands and to do with wage payments and things like that. But obviously, we have no official confirmation of that. But the interesting thing in regards to that is keeping hold of Craig Forsyth on the left. If we can keep hold of Wilson and tie him down, you've got Wilson, Niambi and Ward there. I do think Ward will depart. On the left-hand side, you've got Osborne, Fozzie and Callum Elder. You've got Fozzie, who can also go in that midfield three, the defensive three as well, if you go with a three at the back or a two centre-halves. It's one of those sort of things where we've got real good quality already in that back line that we showed across the course of the majority of last season. And the important thing is heading into this year is finding someone that can put the ball in the back of the net. So I'm not opposed to this deal, keeping hold of Craig Forsyth. I think it's a smart one in regards to the club. I think it was a smart one in regards to Fozzie as well. Obviously, being at the club since I think he joined Derby County in, 2012 maybe? 2012, 2013, he came on loan and made 10 appearances for the club, playing 881 minutes back in, would that have been the Coca-Cola Championship? Prime Coca-Cola player is Craig Forsyth, and I can't wait to see where Fozzie ends up and how this Derby County team ends up at the end of the transfer window. Obviously, I've had my say over the course of recent days about sort of the little bit of craziness going on within the fan base at the moment in regards to transfers, and I think we just need to keep a cool head and just allow the people who know what they're doing to do what they're doing, because Derby County isn't full of people who don't know what they're doing. Like, there's so many analysts, there's so many recruitment staff that do know what they're doing, and you just have to give them time. Langas was a great signing. Like, Matt Clark was a great signing. And some people go, oh, well, everybody knew about Matt Clark, but we were the ones that signed him. So we'll obviously have to wait and see sort of how this one goes with Craig Forsyth coming to the end of the transfer window, and sort of how the squad looks then, and then sort of how he gets on across the course of this season. But I've got every faith in John Eustace. I've got every faith in Craig Forsyth. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, you turn on that notification bell. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, but I think this is a great deal. Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle Now, the winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets.